Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we were building an apartment, another like tropical, really colorful, just like blues, greens, yellow apartment. I was really feeling like doing it again because I really liked how the other one turned out with all of the colors because I've not had the greatest luck with very colorful apartments in the past. So I felt like doing another one while I felt like making it really colorful, and it did turn out well like I thought it was going to. So that's really good. And this apartment has it's very square, so it's very difficult to make a floor plan. And especially because the windows are in very odd places, like you kind of have to put like the bedrooms in one area and the like kitchen area in a different one. And so there's like one window in the entirety of the living area, but you really can't make it more than that without having like one bedroom. So it was a little bit funky. This apartment I don't build in, or like these two apartments, I don't build in very often because I think that the square just isn't very much fun. The other ones in Evergreen Harbor I think are better because they are not like perfect rectangles, and then they're also a little bit smaller. So I think they're a bit easier, but you can fit more bedrooms into these ones. So I think that was fun. Also with this one I tried to incorporate the orange because on the last one I had the like non-modernized version of the apartments, but this one I had already had it be modern. I honestly don't know how I did that because I'm fairly positive it's the entire area that turns modern or doesn't turn modern, so I really don't know. But I just kind of started building and I was like, okay, it's modern, let's just go with orange. And then I tried with more like lighter blues, and then tried like a darker blue. It didn't work, so I think I stuck with the like blue and like yellow that I did last time, but I went with more orange and like woody tones and more of like a modern touch to it instead of a more like traditional like tropical stuff. So you'll see like these modern cabinets from the base game that I've used way too many times, but there's new swatches, but I've only chosen to use this new swatch, which is really fun right there. I need to try using some different swatches. But I built a couple apartments this week because I really wasn't feeling like building, and I felt really horrible this week. And so I built a bunch of apartments because they don't take long, and then I also can build because I wanted to build, but I still didn't want to do anything. But it was fun to build this one, especially because orange has been my thing recently. I've built a lot of orange like wood toned apartments, and like sometimes houses, but mostly it's apartments. So I think it's pretty cool that I can like expand, and so I've been trying to do that more recently. But the bedrooms, the master bedroom is kind of sticking with the theme, but the children's rooms just kind of are just their own thing. They're mostly just bedrooms. The like kids' bedroom is like basically just a purple modern, and then the kids, like the toddler's room, is just it's just a different style. I really don't know what style it is, but it's not either of them. But it doesn't look too out of place because of the colors. They're bright colors, and it's very colorful in there, so it's not too weird. But they have like a brown rug in the kids' room, so it's a little bit funky, especially with like most of the other rugs in the house or the apartment being bright blue and bright yellow. So it's a little strange, but I feel like the toddler probably doesn't want bright colors, and also like they're gonna probably want their own thing in a couple like years, so it's fine to have a brown rug. But it was fine. The kitchen and dining area is a little bit small on this one, but that's because I wanted the like living area to be like as big as it could, and like the kitchen couldn't like fit anywhere else, so I just put it there. And then I kind of wanted a dining area because I didn't know what to put in this large open like space right here that you can see, but I put a dining area there. It's a little bit crowded, but I think it was okay because you can still move through the entire area, and so it's not too bad. And then you've got area for the 4 people to sit and eat, if they don't just go sit on the couch, which they probably will anyway, but that's okay. So today we are going to be talking, I'm going to move on, but like today we're going to talk about pre-ACT day, my makeup pre-ACT, because I talked about this last week, but I got sick at the pre-ACT, the actual one, last week, and I made 2 voiceovers about that one, so just, you can go look for those if you want. But I did the makeup for it this week on Wednesday, because Monday I went in there and I talked to I don't actually know what this person's job is. I was assuming it was like a counselor or like some kind of tech person, but I honestly have no idea. Their office or like their room is in the commons area, which I also thought was really strange, but they're just in there. So I went to talk with them, and they had like several makeup sessions this week. I didn't know how many kids had missed the original pre-ACT. I hadn't imagined it was that many, but there were like 25 people in my group alone to take the pre-ACT on Wednesday, and I think most of them took it Monday, so I feel like there was quite a lot that didn't get to like the original pre-ACT. So I wasn't all alone, so that was good, but it was mostly just a bunch of kids, most of which I know that make a lot of trouble in class and like outside of class, so it wasn't that bad, but like 20 seconds in, a kid got like disqualified from the pre-ACT, like hadn't even started the actual pre-ACT. We were filling in information about ourselves, like the only thing that I did on the last pre-ACT. This kid refused to put his phone away, so he had it in his pocket and kept looking at it, and you can't have your phone on the pre-ACT, so they just were like, okay, you can leave now, because they had like given like several, I think like 3 or 4 warnings, like, if you have your phone, go put it away, and this kid still had his phone on him, so yeah, he just had to go walk out the door, didn't get to do the pre-ACT, and I don't know, I think the, like, first page on the pre-ACT was, like, it could, like, impact other ACT, like the actual ACT or, like, any other big tests, so we'll see if that kid ever takes a standardized, state test again. I'm not sure. But I just thought that was so dumb. Like, put your phone away. You'll be okay. You can be away from Snapchat for more than 20 seconds. It's okay. But it was really dumb. But that day, I was supposed to get a pass to my class, my first period class, to go down there, but I didn't. But I knew I had to be down there by 8:20 because that's one time they were gonna start. I was one of the later ones, but I wasn't the last one. Like 4 kids showed up like 12 or so minutes after that, so it wasn't that bad, but I hadn't gotten the pass, and so it was like 8:15, and so I just kind of left my class, which apparently was fine, because my teacher was like, okay, yep, bye, and so, I don't know, I don't think she knew I was supposed to get a pass, to be fair. You're not really trained on what to do when you have to have a kid leave the room for the pre-ACT makeups, and apparently they didn't do the attendance for that thing correctly, and so they didn't tell all of the teachers. It was really, really weird. But I went down there, and it was pretty boring, because I did get through the entirety of the, like, sign-in and, like, filling information out about myself on the pre-ACT originally, and then I also got through 15 questions, and so that was really, like, tedious that I had to do it again, but it was fine. But I was also in the way very back, and so I couldn't hear them very well, which I'd already have hearing issues. It's great, but they put me in the way back, like 3 rows behind everybody else. I don't know. Apparently there were supposed to be kids in those chairs, but they just didn't show up, which is really fun. But I was just all the way in the corner, which I don't, like, for the actual testing was really nice, because then it was more quiet, because some of the other kids were, like, making noise with their feet, and it was kind of annoying, but since I was, like, farther away, it was, like, less noticeable, which I'm happy about. But during the instructions, I couldn't hear, like, anything, so I was just kind of going along with what I had done the last time, which it was fine, because they went around and checked and everything. But then I guess I should have realized that, but the pre-ACT doesn't change when you do the makeup, because they assume that the kids hadn't seen the test yet, but I really could have just went home and Googled the answers between those 2 times. I did not. Just putting it out there, did not. It wouldn't have helped me anyway, because I couldn't Google for the life of me. But they didn't change any of the questions, which I thought they were going to have, like, multiple versions of the pre-ACT. No, same thing. So the first 15 questions I got done within, like, 4 minutes, because I had already done them. And so I sat for, like, 12 minutes on the English section just being done, because I had finished it early, because I had already done the 15 questions. I was just thinking in my mind that, I was at the original pre-ACT. I'm assuming I wasn't the only kid that went home partway through. I could have been though, I don't know. But I was thinking just, for precaution's sake, like wouldn't have the exact same pre-ACT every single time. I feel like that's dumb because even if like the kid like missed the first day, didn't get to it at all, there's people that are talking, like you're not supposed to talk about like the questions and stuff. There is no way everyone followed that rule. So I honestly, I thought that was kind of dumb, but it was fine because then I got some free time in between the English and the math. I don't even remember. I think it's math. Yeah, so that and then the reading portion. Both of those I had like 10 minutes to just sit there after I finished because you can't do anything after you finish the testing of that section. You can't move on. But it was really, really awkward. So I just kind of sat there the entire time because I didn't want to go back because I thought I would like, mess up my mind and like change all the answers and get more wrong. So I was just like, the first one is fine. We don't need to change that at all. So I just didn't do anything. And so it was a pretty okay test. It wasn't too bad. It was honestly not that hard. I was expecting it to be much more difficult, especially the math section. Like I only didn't know like a couple, like the last like 4 or 5 problems I didn't know how to do. But the rest of them I knew how to do fairly easily. So I honestly don't know. It wasn't that bad. But the rest of the time, lunch, I was supposed to have an entire period, and I technically did have an entire period, but I didn't have anyone to sit with my lunch because my lunch is 4th period, but I had been, in the pre-ACT all of that time. So they said that they would call me out for 5th period too. So I spent like maybe 7-ish minutes eating lunch in like the area that I can eat lunch right next to my class. And so I ate like half a sandwich very, very quickly. And then I rushed to my class because my next class is PE. And so it wasn't going to be that bad. I could take a break. We played soccer. And then I could talk to my friends because I have 2 of them that I talk to in that class. And so it wasn't that bad, but I took like a 7-minute lunch after the pre-ACT and then went right to my classes. But like, that's okay. It wasn't bad, but I was very, very tired the rest of the day and I did not want to do anything on Wednesday, like in the slightest. But that was fine because I had already done all of my homework for that day, so I didn't do like anything on Wednesday. So very happy about that. But that's about it for the pre-ACT. So I'm going to end the video right here. Is almost screenshots time. But subscribe if you did like today's video if you want to see more like this. But I do post 4 videos a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!